Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Welcome to One Buck,
where we keep it a buck, and we hope y'all keep it a buck too.
I'm Kev.
This is Coop, man. Y'all know the scoop, man. We back like we never left, man. Y'all got a bunch of episodes that came to you guys, and like I told you, Kev told you as well, we gonna keep them coming. Simple as that. Absolutely. Hands down, man. Appreciate everybody that's rocking with us and following and liking and subscribing. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell for your boys. Cuz, what you got on your head, man?
Man, absolutely. With that, hey, shout out to Chrissy. She followed in.
Yes, sir.
Salute to you. You are now a young buckaroo. Thank you, little baby, for your support. To answer your question, why do we think America and USR or Russia have that issue? It goes back, long years ago. I think a lot of people have it out for us as Americans. Follow your history. That's the best thing that I can say. I don't know what you feel out of that. I know I'm wishing and praying that they bring BG home, but like I said, it's so many different things that's going on along with this right now that we know is transpiring, and we hip too. So
for me, I think eventually she does come home. That's just my personal opinion. And we always appreciate the comments, man. It takes a real one to comment. Not only did you comment, your comment was a real comment. You know what I'm saying? Like it was from the brain. It was something that you thought out, and that's what we need. We need that input on the show. So we definitely appreciate you. Definitely shout you out, man. Make sure y'all do go follow her. She's got her own YouTube channel. By the way, for any YouTuber, man, she does some dope stuff, man. So make sure y'all lock in and check her out on that one. Brittany will come home eventually. Russia and the situation with them, that's been going on for eons, man. It's nothing new. It's just sad to see that, like we said in our comment, it's sad to see that the world hasn't evolved to the point now, instead of having war, that we could just sit down like human beings should, instead of having to go to war and fight for territory and all the rest of it. That's just my personal opinion. We've evolved so much, man, in these times. It's sad to see where we're at, bro. But
territory goes a long way. So
it does, man. It go a long way on that one. What you got for us today, pimpin'?
Man, death of a dynasty.
He said death of a dynasty. I heard it right there
of
first.
A dynasty.
What you talking?
I'm going into Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock. No Limit.
Mm-hmm.
Deathrow.
Goes on and on. It goes on and on. There's a bunch of dynasties, bro.
Here's my question, man.
A bunch of dynasties.
I seen, the interview when it came to talking about with Dame Dash, how, he kind of felt like, if Jay didn't go ahead and catch that one-on-one when the breakup happened, without him, how Jay, or not Jay, but how Dame get, Dame is adamant. Like, if that's one thing about the dude that I like. Don't know him, you know what I'm saying, personally, but I can't say, like, if it comes to anything, like, Dame was really the type of dude where it came to, it seemed, fighting for what was theirs, trying to get that established. Here's my question, bro. Why has that been such a big issue when it comes to all those record labels that I've putting in?
It's a big issue for anything. That's not only record labels, that's businesses. It's always a death to it because there's greed. There's things that always come up in the front of that. People get deals on the side, on the table. Yeah. There's so many different things being thrown at them people. You got companies coming at them, trying to market them. And I just look at, what happened with Rockefeller, you know what I mean? Like I said, they was working, everything was clicking, but somebody got greedy, man. Somebody was in somebody's ear, somebody was in Z ear, like, hey, man, look, man, I could do it better than Dog can for you, know what I'm saying? Not saying I ain't dissing your mans or whatever, but, he good dude, but, bro, I can bring something to the table far better than that, and that's what this world is now, man. It comes to greed, it comes to people wanting to knock another person out of the way, man, when y'all did have a dynasty. You think about it. No Limit, same way.
That's what I'm saying.
Limit.
I added those labels in.
All of them, man. Everybody.
Such a death to a dynasty. They
always
have a
meant
dynasty
that way.
built.
It's meant to be that way. It's meant to be that way.
Businesses with families or
Yeah, it's meant to
whatever
be
case,
that way.
businesses, period. Like the crumble of it all.
Yeah, it's just meant to be that way, man. Honestly, it's really hard to say, bro, because if you look at it, why would you think it'd be the death to those dynasties? Because somebody bumped heads somewhere. Somebody took the deal under the table. Jay-Z seen bigger pictures.
They said that, you know, if it wasn't for the interview, or not the interview, but the meeting where I guess Jay and Dog, somebody was in Jay ear.
Yeah. It was somebody in his ear. That's all dynasties.
And that's where the quote came in.
Yeah, it's all dynasties.
I hear Muck saying they made Hov.
Yep.
Made Hov say,
Yep.
okay, make another Hov.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's the same, but that applies to us though. Outside of that though, that's the thing that I'm saying. Like, just to bring it to the forefront, believe it or not, it happens in the streets. It happens
everywhere.
in friendships. It happens.
That's what I said.
But it's like, slow down a moment. You know what I'm saying?
People
you may feel that,
people
but
don't want to.
These is millionaires in that situation, so they ain't got time.
Not necessarily, because if you build that dynasty, they may start seeing the paper.
Right.
Just like No Limit. We can go to No Limit situation.
Okay,
No Limit was Beats. When they fell off with their Beats and people started going other way. Beats by the pound left No Limit.
Exactly.
That was the death of the dynasty, bro. That was the death of No Limit's dynasty when No Limit felt like they didn't have to pay Beats by the pound, that they wasn't giving Beats by the pound credit. What did Beats by the pound to? I made No Limit. I was the beat maker. You know what I'm saying? I catered to all your rappers' beats.
Shout outs to Beats by the pound.
Yeah, shout outs to Beats by the pound for sure. But you know that was the death of their dynasty right there. You know, they didn't hold on to the breadwinners. Them boys was making the beats for each of them fellas. You feel what I'm saying? And P should have stepped up instead of thinking P was the empire, because you don't build an empire one by yourself. You always need help. I don't care who you are. That's anybody that's in the industry always is gonna need help. And you got to remember that you got your A&R. You know what I'm saying? You got your street team. You got your people that's working for you. You got to give them credit. I think, and I'm not gonna quote him, but I believe Fat Joe said it the most. And I don't know if you've seen that documentary that he did, but in this documentary he talked about exactly what you're talking about, the death of a dynasty, and it was basically saying that he doesn't take credit for everything that he do, because you have a street team, you have them people, and sometimes you got to play second fiddle. If you rocking with somebody, and what Fat Joe was saying is, when he go to DJ Khaled's house, he ain't the man. DJ Khaled is the man. You feel what I'm saying? And he opened the doors up for him. You see what I'm saying? Right. But sometimes you got to play second, and people don't want to do that. Everybody wants to be the boss. This is what the world is based off now.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
Not enough Indians. Everybody wants to play the boss and play that role, man, and I think that's why it'd be deaths of the dynasty, deaths of everything else. Hell, you know, there's everything we done been in, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's business ventures, everybody bumps heads, because at some point everybody feels like, hey, you know, I'm the man. You do what I tell you to do. You know what I'm saying? In actuality, it's a partnership. We gotta hear each other out. I'm listening to you and you listening to me, but people don't do that, bro. What's your thoughts on the rest of it?
Man,
what you think happened to Limit?
To me, I mean, out of all of the death of the dynasties, it always was a mind-boggling situation to me. It never made sense. Like, Death Row was the leading brand for the longest.
Yeah, they were front runners. They
like
was
we
head
had,
of the game.
we was.
Yeah, Death Row was ahead of the game, y'all. Y'all hear it right there.
Hey, nothing against Bad Boy, but it was like heavy hitters. Like at that time, you had East and West.
Yeah, they was head of the game.
And then you had the team switch up to where, hold up now, we not gonna take this.
Yeah.
You had down south hustlers like DJ Screw and all them, you know what I'm saying?
Backpack and all them boys.
All those started to emerge. The Midwest hustlers, you know what I'm saying? You had Twisted, like those type of rappers coming in. Like so what I'm saying is not to be on no Rodney King, but I'm just saying, like, there's enough money for everybody. Why? It always is an issue when it comes to the money.
I think America's built that way because it's greed. It starts off the very first thing when you asked me, I said I felt like it was greed, because that is the number one thing. Everybody wants to get to the bag. instead of you looking at it like, man, if I ride or die for this dude,
Right.
and we in this together,
Right.
and it's just me and him, you know what I'm saying? We lock in, we gonna get to the bag. No, that's when you start getting it. Yeah, when you start getting it, then you got other people in your ear like, yeah, man, what y'all doing is dope. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you can do this on your own, man. You ain't got to do it with dog. You know what I'm saying? You come on with me, man. I make sure you take off, and that's the name of the game, man. And you said it on the last episode, man. I think you talked about. Favor for favor, and why family and how people are the way they are, bro. That's the reason why they are. Yeah. Look at. We can go to death row now. We can pick it up to death row because this is a good one right here. What happened to death row? Death row got all them people behind him. They was rocking good with Suge. He had Bloods and Crips working together and everything. Everything was gelling.
Dog was the blood.
Everything was gelling, right?
It makes sense.
No, everything was gelling though, right?
Right.
So then you start bringing Pac and you start bringing all these other people in there. Then it's a conflict because to me, Snoop has something to do with that being jealous of Pac. And if y'all go back to those interviews, man, y'all can see the jealousy in Snoop's face. Y'all can see the jealousy in Snoop Dogg's face.
I stand a little different, you know what I'm saying?
You can stand different. I mean, that's your personal opinion.
I thought that when it came to the situation, when it came to Death Row, it was like you had the dopest producer at the time.
You did. But it came all about money.
One of the biggest artists that was in the game. And then the dopest producer brought in a new name and it took flight.
It took flight, but
it was supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, something that was going to be forever, but it was just not.
It wasn't forever because the more that they added people to Death Row, I think the roster, you know, the more jealous people got. They had Lady Rage, they had Dr. Dre, they had Snoop Dogg, you know, they had Danny Boy, they had all these people, and then they started gradually adding people to that label. And I think when Pac came. And you got to look at this, man, because when Pac came, it was like a total shift. You know, you say Suge is your mentor, Snoop and Dre, and then you get a guy like Pac that you get on the label, then all of a sudden you just shift kit, focus on nothing but Pac. Not saying that you're not focused on your other artists, right?
Your main
making it exactly, and people were seeing that, bro. That drew jealousy, and that's why if you watch that documentary of Snoop Dogg and Pac. You watch the incident on the plane and everything else that they was talking about with Pac, bro, it'll make you wonder. They did an interview with Snoop and Pac, and I don't know if you've seen that interview, but you can look at Snoop. You can see jealousy in somebody's eyes, just like.
That's good. You cool? No, I'm straight. I can share with dog.
I'm straight. That's Mountain Dew. That shit nasty to the motherfucker. You try to do no bungee jump.
I just wanted to clear my throat.
You lost Best Rap Video. You'd all disappointed about that?
Oh, no, I didn't lose, see, because I sold 6.5 million copies, so I won.
When all these famous people get together, what's the one thing you take away? Is everybody much shorter than you thought? I know a lot of people find Snoop and say, 6'4", I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
But do people seem shorter? There's a lot of attitude going on. What's the one thing you take away?
Oh, it's a lot of attitude, of course, because nobody thought we would show up here. But, we always feel like we keeping it real. Scratch that. We always felt like we're being true to everything we've always stayed representing. And our audience is worldwide. We're not even on we coming out here and there's some East Coast, West Coast. We got beef with the people we got beef with. But we could go anywhere in the country because we are America's most wanted.
Exactly.
So you can't stop the flow.
Can't stop what America wants.
On that note, I know that Biggie and Puffy are here tonight. Did you see them? Do you have anything to say to them at all?
Nah, but even if we saw them, we are businessmen. We are not animals. It's not like we're gonna see them and rush them and jump on them. If they see us and they want drama, we're gonna definitely bring it like only Death Row could bring it. But we here as businessmen to enjoy and
support the
Video Music Awards for MTV because they support us. So if they want to come and use this business opportunity to get on some gangster, we do that better than anybody.
Can you envision a day when y'all, if not get together and make an album, just peacefully coexist?
There's no dream of making an album with Biggie and Puffy or none of them. We're not sweating it like that.
This is our family.
We
over
peacefully
here.
Coexist right now because we all cool. Everybody's here. They sell records. We sell records. Well, I guess you could call that selling records. What they do. We sell large amounts of records, and they sell a few records. And really, it's no competition. People are really making too much out of it than it is. It's really just if you want to talk. we're gonna make it specific as to what you could talk about and what you can't talk about. And the East Coast, West Coast thing is something that the journalists and people are making up just to get paid off it so it can drag out. So they're perpetuating it so it could be drama, which I still love MTV, but when it all go down, don't look at me and Biggie and be like, why is there a big East Coast, West Coast war when you're shooting this to 300 homes, 300 countries, telling them about an East Coast, West Coast war that they would never know exists. So that's where information becomes a problem. When
And
MTV
if it did,
News gotta be the ones to let you know.
if it did exist, Pac, we wouldn't be here. So
Right, and if it
let you know
exists,
it's
how we gonna be
non-existent.
sitting in New York talking about it? We'll try to be better role models, and y'all try to stop putting that drama out there. You got a lot of power, a lot of responsibility. We both do. We both need to exercise greater restraint.
I've seen
Yeah,
it.
it was weird, man. It was it was the weirdest thing ever, and he was just staring at him like it was a grimace, but at the same time, like, yeah, nigga, you know.
Pac person.
He probably pressed, but Pac used to pick on Snoop. Pac used to call Snoop a little bi. You know what I'm saying? He used to pick on him. If you watch that documentary, they used to cap on Snoop on the plane because Pac knew that Snoop wasn't no tough guy like that.
Yeah.
So Pac used to go at Snoop. And Snoop didn't like it. You got to watch that full documentary, man. That's a hell of a documentary.
I watched the doc, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that's news to me, you know what I mean? But
jealousy,
you know,
man. Everything come down to jealousy and envy, man. You see another person get it. Then you see another man, like, what we got going on. And somebody can easily come on like, yeah, man, you don't do it like this, man. Y'all got to do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Then you start listening to them and we start doing it that way. And then we fall off of what we are trying to accomplish on our thing. And then at the same time, that's always the death of a dynasty because you always got somebody in your ear telling you this on both sides. Whether I don't care who you is, bro. I like this one too, man, because death of a dynasty is real. Death of a business, death of a partnership, death of a whatever. Like he said, it's
all the great,
everything.
All the great ones, like
they fall out. Yeah.
Those record labels ain't the same as what it was when we was coming up. So that's big, man.
It's facts. Man, you know what? To be honest, man, I really want to stay on this, bro, because I feel like the death of the dynasty is something to be talked about. And like I said, it's not only that, you know, it comes with sports. It comes with everything else, man. It comes with, you know, just realizing the point of it. You got egos on the football team. You got egos on the basketball team. You know, Jordan didn't want to take a pay cut for Pippen. You feel me? Jordan didn't want to take a pay cut for Pippen. Pippen talks about that still to this day in his book. That Jordan, if you was really your friend and your homeboy, all that money you was making, you could have took a $10 million cut. You know what I'm saying? And it gave Pippen some of that money. They didn't want to give Pippen the money. Pippen felt some type of way.
It's funny that you said that.
I'm telling you, bro.
With the Bulls hook up,
I'm telling you, bro.
I can't let this.
Telling you, bro.
Like,
shout out to the Bulls and MJ.
You know, regular. Like we was just talking about it the other day with Pippen.
Yeah,
look,
it's fact, man. It's facts.
But when Pippen
had
went to here's my thing. When Pippen had went off his way, what did you think about Pippen though? Like
I already felt Pippen was the man anyway. I felt like
at the Rockets, like he didn't show.
He didn't show, but you know that was whatever was going on with the team at the time. They could have had a different chemistry that didn't involve Pippen to be the man like he was in Chicago when Mike was gone. They didn't give him that chance. Every team you go to, it'll be a setup for you to do what the coach needs you to do.
But don't you think that if you that dude that's talking about you, that dude in a sense,
you gotta show it.
You need to show it.
You gotta show it, but it might not be in coach's chemistry neither. You know what I'm saying? Your S on your chest might not be on coach's on his game plan.
Yeah,
like Pop gonna say, hey, this is a team sport. We ain't rocking with that over here. But I just look at when you say death of a dynasty. You got to look at that, man. It goes every aspect. Pitt was underpaid. You know, these rappers get underpaid. Right. You know, somebody in their ear in the bag saying, yo, you know, dang, you messing with Jay, man. I could push you and do better than this, man. You want a better deal? I got you a better deal. You want to meet a better A&R? You want a better street team? Come with me, rock with me. And that's what Jay was doing. Instead of listening to his homeboy that locked in and they started that together, which they were supposed to ride and die with, they should have did that, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, and that's always the death of a dynasty, bro. It always is.
We got a shout out real quick. Shout out to Tahoe OG. I see that.
What up, OG?
Man, what you think, bro? If you want to go ahead and chime in live with us, you can. If not, you know what I'm saying, you can leave your questions in the hookup. We're going to keep this going.
We're going to keep it going. Kev just started this topic, and he was just talking about, you know, the death of a dynasty. You know what I mean? The death of a dynasty, what you say, Rockefeller. You said Death Row, Bad Boy.
Death of
Puffy was Bad Boy.
Is the label off of this. Like,
Puffy was Bad Boy.
It's you got Bad Boy. You got
Puffy was Bad Boy.
Death Row. You got No Limit. All those companies, those music hookups of a dynasty, Rockefeller. All that music at the same time in the 90s, bro. Like, it's major to us, bro.
It was major.
Us.
It was major.
It made us in the sense.
It was
major.
major.
You know what I'm saying?
But they couldn't hold it together.
But it's like, in that era, it made us. You know what I'm saying? It's now, where are you? You feel me?
Got greedy, man. But I said people get greedy with them dynasties.
You made a lot of moves. Like, they made, and they still making moves.
Might have made too many, though. You know, you look at Rockefeller ain't even, who owns Rockefeller now?
Oh, that's gone.
I'm just saying,
but they had an opportunity. They had opportunity. They had a Reebok deal. I started to say Nike. My bad.
Yeah,
they had
did.
a Reebok deal.
They did.
Rockefeller had, you know what I'm saying, jackets. They had, you know what I'm saying, different clothing lines that was going on.
They did. They
had a strong street team. You know what I'm saying, that was putting up, promoting. You put all that in at that specific time, and I get it, but it's like, bro, at that time, it's learning the business, and we learning this off of y'all in that specific time. Literally, y'all know, but we pick up off of this. This is what, you know, a lot of people don't understand. We picking up off of this on how we've got to do things different the next time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but you got to stay consistent to that too and believe in what you're doing, because if you don't, you're going to have somebody in your ear talking and telling you what you should be doing, how y'all should be doing. Not only that, you talked about Death Row, you talked about Rockefeller, you talked about them. We talked about football, about guys not taking pay cuts, basketball guys not taking pay. Let's go to, you forgot one too, man, which is kind of relevant right now, which is G-Unit. You know what I'm saying? Look at G-Unit. Look at G-Unit, bro. It's always the death of the dynasty, because it's meant to be that way. I think it's meant for people to clash. It's a clash of the Titans. It's meant for people to be into your ear. You feel me? And just, you know, talking and saying what they got to say, bro, because at the end of the day, if you and your mans ain't straight and your team ain't straight and somebody in your ear and they say, oh, you underpaid, you ain't eating. You're not going to eat collectively. Yeah, you're not going to eat collectively, though.
You're not eating, though, unless you put a team on.
Yeah, you're not eating collectively. So it goes back to say that everybody wants to be the boss instead of you looking at it from two perspectives, right? What you should look at it as.
So real quick, since we getting into that and we shift kitted real quick, bro. Here's what I want to see. I know we know this, but with you, what's your feelings on the definition of a boss? Tell these people.
Definition of a boss for me really ain't no definition. You classify what you classify that for yourself. A definition of a boss for me is locking in and taking care of your BI, your business. You feel me? You locking in and taking care of your business. Your business, if you got family, you got kids, you got whatever, that's boss. Boss ain't about how much money you got in your pocket. Boss ain't about what kind of car you drive. Boss ain't about what you got on your status or whatever. Boss is about you locking in, honing in, and taking care of your business, man. And it speaks for itself, because people gonna know if you locking in and you taking care of your business. That's boss to me. What's boss to you, family?
Same business, bro. Like, how do you expect your team or your family to eat? Like, if you got a family-oriented, you know, revenue coming in, or even if you ain't got to be street.
Yeah, you ain't got to be hardcore.
You ain't got to be street. You just got to go ahead and know how to maneuver.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Business,
like,
man.
You handle your business accordingly.
And business ain't this. It ain't just yapping. It ain't yapping the lips.
It's been so many times, like, I can sit here and say, on camera or off camera, I'm a man, bro.
Yeah.
I fumbled, you know what I'm saying, so many times learning along the way.
Yes, sir.
Bosses, they have to go through that.
Bosses fumble. That's the key. That's the key to the recipe.
But here's the thing, though. It's the fall off And it's the comeback though. That's even greater, bro. Like that's what people don't even understand.
No, it's the comeback.
It's how to bounce back.
It's the comeback, but it's also not just the comeback because you have to maintain it. See, people can fall off and they can come back and get the bag again and fumble all over it again because you never learn from now one of your mistakes. It's about maintaining it. Once you learn to maintain it and hold, that's what I'm saying. To me, that's what make a boss. Because you might have failed 5 times, but on that 5th time, you done went through it. You done locked in. You're like, man, I got it now. And now it's just a point where it's consistency, bro. But now
or
it's a point.
It could be too late.
Or it could be too late. But to me, it's a point of consistency because if you're putting yourself in the right thing, you say, man, I blew off 30,000 last time. This time I'm not gonna blow the bag. You feel me? And you're doing everything that you need, and you're being successful at doing that through longevity. That's when I feel like you become a boss because anybody can get the bag, fumble the bag, get the bag back. But what you gonna do with it when you got it this time? You feel me? You gonna keep it or you gonna fumble it again? And that's what people go through hard times. You feel me? People go through hard times that make you do that.
We got OG Tahoe chiming in. He's saying you recover from the shit.
You recover from it. That's a bounce back. But you got to me. You got
your mistake.
Exactly. It's never a mistake though.
It's a life lesson.
It's never a mistake.
There's no L's.
Yeah, no L.
Life. Like you
life
you don't take a L on a loss. You always win.
Yep.
That's what people got to understand.
You take
about
that L to learn from life's lessons to put you in a position to win. And that's just how I feel about it. But no, I agree to your comment. You know what I mean? No doubt on that one because you got to believe it. But my thing is once you believe it, how are you going to obtain it? What is it going to take for you to obtain it? You know what I'm saying? You got a family to feed. You got kids to feed. You're going to have to do something where you hold it, obtain it, and then it becomes a point where you got it locked in. You feel me?
I can honestly say, bro, I could go off on this topic forever.
And we could. It's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? The time frame, but I could go forever with this. But I went through the ups and the downs with different things.
We all did, man.
I'm not gonna try to preach y'all head off.
We all did.
This is what I found. I found that everything that I was doing when I thought I was doing things right was wrong. I still find that day, you know what I'm saying, to come true with different things now. I get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? I go through different things on everyday stuff.
Right.
I'm human. I'm everyday people.
Right.
I'm everyday people.
But here's my thing. What if you thought you were doing something wrong when you were actually doing something right, but you talked to the wrong person or you said something to the wrong person that made you believe that in actuality, when you're a boss, you make your own moves. You see what I'm saying?
This was just judgment on.
No doubt. I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. It was just in my own.
I get what you're saying, and we all have been in our own situations though.
You can't listen to any.
No, because you could be right, bro, when you feel you right, but then you feel you wrong because you listening to somebody else that don't know what the hell they talking about.
You gonna sound like Terrence Howard.
It's like when I'm right, I'm right. When I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong, you know. And I'm sorry because I could be wrong right now. But I'm right.
Man, when you're right, and then wrong, you're wrong, and then, bro, that's how it be, though, man.
I could have been wrong,
but I was right. But I was right. What he say? But I was right, though. He had that feeling, bro. He had that feeling. Real talk, man. For real, bro. Look, locking in on this one. Y'all better make sure that y'all lock in on all these episodes, man, because from here on out, like I said, man, Cuz and I are taking it up. All the way up. You got the mics, man. We not playing with the show, man. Y'all think, say what you say, do what you do, man. The show don't stop, man. The show must go on at the end of the day. And I think we got something dope here. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody doing what we doing, bro. They ain't having a conversation. They may be having a conversation, but they ain't kicking game. They ain't giving knowledge. We bring the heat for your feet on the show. We bring some real deal topics, man. Some stuff that y'all might not be ready for. And that's why a lot of people might not tap in. But look, OG, man, we appreciate you, man. Christy, we definitely appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Grip, shout out to Grip too. Grip for honing in.
Thank you, love, all day long with it, man.
Where they can follow us on the IG, family.
_Buck_podcast.
Yeah, y'all better lock in.
Like that,
we better lock in, boys. Stop playing. You heard it first right here, man. And on that YouTube, y'all should already know, man. $1 podcast in between the 1 and the buck is that $, and then at the end of that podcast will be replaced in that S with that $sign too as well, man. We're gonna keep that S on our chest though, because we got something smooth. We're going to keep running. We do appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. But turn it up. Share the videos. Like the videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. And we just going to take it up.
Tell your auntie.
Tell them.
Tell your auntie. Tell your sister.
Tell them.
Tell your mama.
To lock in.
Lock in.
We ain't
We shedding
stopping.
light.
We ain't stopping. But look, man, we appreciate everybody, man. We're going to pick up what we put down on this one, on the next one, as usual. And you already know what time it is, cuz it's always a pleasure when we hone in every Thursday. Good one right there, my boy.
Absolutely.
And we're going to catch y'all on that next one, man. This is $1.
Where we keep it a buck.
And we hope y'all keep it a buck, too. Peace.